Okay, we're at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. And we'll click on that. That needs to be programmed in. Okay, so it says perform the indicated division. Alright, so we have x squared plus 11x plus 20 over x plus 9. I better write that down. Alright, I got it. So this is going to be kind of a shortcut from doing the long division. However, the denominator here needs to be in this form right here, okay, with a coefficient of 1 in order for this to work. So this must be a coefficient of 1 right here. Now this doesn't necessarily have to be a minus sign. This could be a plus, but we'll be doing something with the r here if that's the case. Now let's just go ahead and get started. So we have x squared plus 11x plus 20, and that was all over x plus 9. So as you can see here, this is not x minus, where this would be the r here, but what we could do is we could say minus, but then we're going to let the 9 be negative. You see that? So when we were to simplify this down, we'd end up with x plus 9. So this right here is our r, which is negative 9. So what you want to do is you're going to want to put negative 9 right here, okay? And we do something like that. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to put the coefficients up here. So we have a 1, 11, and 20. 1, 11, and 20. I'm going to draw a line right here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1 and bring it diagonally down, just like this here. Now we're going to want to get a number here and a number here. And to get this number right here, what you're going to do is take this negative 9, multiply it by 1, and you get negative 9. And then we're going to take the difference here, and that's just going to be 2. And then we do it again. Negative 9 times 2 is negative 18, and then we end up getting 2 again. Okay, so now what we're going to end up getting here is this is going to end up being the remainder. So we're going to have 1x plus 2, and then plus 2 over, this is going to be our x minus r, and in this particular case it'll be x plus 9. X plus 9, you see that? Okay, so there we go. Right, but we won't write the 1 here. So we have x plus 2 plus 2 over x plus 9. So it's pretty easy. Pretty easy stuff. Let's see what we got here. X plus 2 plus 2 over x plus 9. Isn't that what we had? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Not too bad. So we're over here at GoToMath.com. Working on some synthetic division. See you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. Look at 1.2. Alright, so let's write this down. X squared minus 11x minus 30 over x minus 14. Alright, x minus 14. Okay, so just rewriting the problem. 11x minus 30 over x minus 14. Okay, so remember this bottom part right here needs to be in this form, x minus r, and in this particular case r is going to be equal to 14. You see that? So that's important. Alright, and that's actually the number that we're going to be writing right here. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is write the coefficients of the denominator, what we have up here. And so this is going to be a 1, a negative 11, and a negative 30. Alright, and then we take this 1, we bring it diagonally down, put it right here. Then we do 14 minus 1 is 14. Okay, and then we're going to take the difference. That looks like a 7 there. And so that difference is going to be what? 3. Alright, and then 14 times 3, and then we'll put that right there. And that's, what is that, 52? Wait a minute, 14. 14 times 3, 1, 2, 42. Forgot how to multiply. Alright. Lost my cursor there. 42. Okay. And then we take that difference, and that's going to be a difference of 12. Difference of 12. Okay. So, well, we're done now. Alright, I'm going to write it over here. So the coefficient of x is going to be 1, or, yeah, it's going to be 1 here, then plus 3, and then plus 12 over our x minus 14 here. And of course you can always check your work by taking this x minus 14 and multiplying it by the x plus 3, and you should get, and then of course we'd add the 12, and you should be getting that top the top part there. Okay. Alright. See what we got going on here. X plus 3 plus 12 over x minus 14. Alright, looks good. Okay, so synthetic division is pretty easy. We're over here at gotomath.com. See you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here at gotomath.com. Click on the algebra, and let's go to synthetic division. Look like we're looking at 2.1 there. Okay. Getting some practice in. So we have x squared plus 20x plus 107 over x plus 10. Alright. So we have x squared plus 20x plus 107, and that's going to be all over x plus 10. Okay. So remember that denominator needs to be in this form here, x minus r. And so what we're going to need to do here is say x minus 10. You see that? And if we simplify that, we just get x plus 10. Okay, but as you can see here, this is going to be our r right here. Alright, so that's going to be negative 10 right there. Okay, and then we take the coefficients, put them right here. We got 1, 20, and 107. Bring this one diagonally down. So we have negative 10 times 1 is negative 10. Add these together, you get 10. Negative 10 times 10 is negative 100. And get that difference there, and that looks like a 7. Okay. So we're going to end up with an x plus 10, right? That's the coefficient. These are the coefficients here. This is the remainder. Plus 7 over, and then we have x plus 10. Right, the divisor. Okay. Alright, so there you go. Now remember, this is just an alternative to doing the long division that we were doing earlier. However, you have to remember that it must be in this form right here. Okay, so if we have a 3 here, right, it's not going to work. Okay, other than it has to be a 1 in front of this x. We have to, be in that form right there. Alright, so let's take a look at the answer here. What do we have? X plus 10 plus 7 over x plus 10. Okay. Alright, we're over here at GoToMath.com, getting it worked out. See you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. We're looking at 2.2 now. So we have x squared minus 12x minus 25 over x minus 14. So you should be getting the hang of this at this point. Over x minus 14. Alright. Got to get that written down. And if you didn't get it, I'm going to write it down again. So we have x squared minus 12x minus 25, and that's going to be all over x minus 14. Okay, so as you can see here, this is in the form of x minus r, where r is going to be equal to 14. Alright, so we're going to say 14. Okay, then we're going to write the coefficients up here. So we have 1, negative 12, negative 25. Bring this 1 diagonally down. So 14 times 1 is 14. Take that difference, you get 2. Then 14 times 2 is 28. And then that difference is going to end up being, what, 3? Is that right? Okay. So now what we'll do is rewrite the, just rewrite it. So we have 1 is the coefficient of x, plus 2, plus 3 over x minus 14. Alright. X minus 14. So x plus 2 plus 3 over x minus 14. Alright. There we go. Okay, so we're over at GoToMath.com. See you in the next problem. Okay, we're here at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. 3.1. Alright, well, they're finally getting a little bigger. X cubed plus 6x squared plus 10x plus 62, and that's going to be all over x plus 6. Alright, so hopefully you're catching on to this by now. Now we have, remember, must be in this form here, but we have an x plus 6, so I'm going to say x minus a minus 6. As you can see here, this will be our r. Right, r will be negative 6. We got negative 6 here. Okay, and then we write our coefficients in, so we have a 1, a 6, a 10, and a 62. So we're going to take that 1 and bring it down. So we have negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. So that's going to make that 0. Then negative 6 times 0 is 0. Right, add those together, you get 10. Negative 6 times 10 is negative 60. And then we bring this down and we get a difference of positive 2. Okay. So now what we're going to do, since this is a cube here, we will be writing a square. So 1 times x squared is just x squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and write this plus 0x. Alright. And we'll, in fact, let's just go ahead and throw that 1 there. And we'll rewrite this again. And then plus 10 plus 2 over x plus 6. Okay, so we won't want to write it. Obviously, we can. Here, we'll write it over here. We can simplify this down. So we're just going to write x squared plus 10 plus 2 over x plus 6. Okay. Alright, let's see how the script shows here. X squared plus 10 plus 2 over x plus 6. I believe that's what we have. Yes, it is. Alright. So remember, you can always check your work by taking x plus 6 and multiplying, right? Get this all into one single fraction. Take that x plus 6 and multiply it by the x squared plus 10 plus, and then add the 2, and it should be all that stuff up there. Alright, it should look like this when you check your work. Okay, so we're over here, go to math.com, see you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here, go to math.com, click on the algebra, let's go down to synthetic division, and we're looking at 3.2. Looks like. Write that down. We've got x cubed minus 10x squared plus 6x minus 47, and that's going to be all over x minus 10. X minus 10. Alright. X cubed minus 10x squared plus 6x minus 47. And that's all over x minus 10. Right. Okay, so this is going to be our r, so we're going to go 10 there, put our coefficients up here. So we have a 1, negative 10, a 6, and a minus 47. So we want to bring that 1 diagonally down, so 10 times 1 is 10. Add those together, you get 0. 10 times 0 is 0. So that's going to be 6. 10 times 6 is 60. And that's going to be 13. I don't know, it's a guess. Yeah. Right. 13. Okay. Alright. So we're going to have 1 times x squared. Write this down right here. Plus 0 times x plus 6 plus 13 over x minus 10. But we're going to want to clean this up, alright? I want to clean this up. So we end up with x squared plus 6 plus 13 over x minus 10. There you go. Alright. So we'll see how that works out there. X squared plus 6 plus 13 over x minus 10. Alright, looks good. It all looks good. Okay, so we're over here, go to math.com, see you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here, go to math.com, click on the algebra, let's go down to synthetic division, and we're looking at 4.1. Alright. Okay, so we have x cubed plus 5x squared plus 10x plus 22 over x plus 3. Right. So remember, we need to get this bottom part in this form here, so this is going to be x minus a minus 3. Okay, so that'll be our r here. And that's what we're going to put right there. Okay, so we're going to put in our coefficients. We got 1, 5, 10, and 22, it looks like. So we'll take that 1 and bring it diagonally down. So we have negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Add those two together, you get 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Add them together, you get 4. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And what is that? That's going to be 8, 9, 10. That'll be 10, right? Okay. So we're going to end up with 1 times x squared, or that'll be x squared, plus 2x plus 4, and then plus 10 over x plus 3. How do you like that? Okay. So if the denominator is in this form here, it is a whole lot faster to do synthetic division than to go through the long division. Right. X squared plus 2x plus 4 and 10 over x plus 3. Yep. Right. So we're over here at GoToMath.com, choking to death. I'll see you in the next problem. Okay, we're over at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra, go down to synthetic division. We're looking at 4.2. I believe that's what we're looking at. So we've got x cubed minus 7x squared minus 69x minus 102. It's all over x minus 13. Got it. But we'll need to rewrite that. So we have x cubed minus 7x squared minus 69x minus 102, and that's going to be all over x minus 13. Okay, so it looks like it's in the form already. We don't have to do anything special, so r is going to be our 13. So we're going to write 13 here. Okay, put in our coefficients. Coefficient of x cubed is 1, then negative 7, negative 69, and 102. Alright, bring that 1 diagonally down, so 13 times 1 is 13. Get the difference, that's 6. 13 times 6 is 78. Is that right? Yep. Okay. Put that in right there. So that's going to end up being 9. And what do we got here? 13 times 9 is 117. 117. 13 times 9. 117. Yep. 117. Okay, so we're going to have 15. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to check a couple of numbers here, just make sure everything's alright. Alright, so there we go. So we're going to end up with x squared plus 6x plus 9 plus 15 over x minus 13. X minus 13. Alright, that should be it. X squared plus 6x plus 9 plus 15 over x minus 13. Yep. Alright, looks good. Okay, so we're over here at GoToMath.com, getting it worked out, see you in the next problem. That's where I'm meant to be. We're over here at GoToMath.com, click on the algebra, let's go down to synthetic division, and we're looking at 5.1. Whoa, my God, what is going on there? Holy smokes. Kidding me? I'll be here all day writing this down. Plus 23x to the 6 plus 63x to the 5th plus 3x plus 24 over x plus 7. Alright, we'll need a full screen on this one. Okay, so we'll have to write it down though. X to the 8th, so we got something to look at, plus 9x to the 7th plus 23x to the 6th plus 63x to the 5th plus 3x plus 24, and that's going to be all over x plus 7. So remember, need to get it in this form here, so it's going to end up being x minus 7 there. Okay, that's a 7 by the way. Okay, alright, so we're going to need a lot of room here. We got negative 7, and boy, that is definitely not straight. Okay, I'll be glad when I get a laptop I can write on. So here's the story. We'll put in our coefficients, right? So we got a 1, a 9. I should probably put these closer together. A 23. What happened there? I don't know. 23, a 63. Right? And look at here. There's no x to the 4th, or x to the 3rd, or x squared, so we'll have to put zeros in here. Okay, this is important. Alright, so this is going to be x to the 4th, x squared, and wait a minute, x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, and then this is x here, so we can put a 3 here, and then 24. Alright, we got to put these zeros in. Okay, so we bring the 1 diagonally down. Negative 1 times, or negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Take their difference, and we get, what do we get, 2? Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. And then that difference is going to be 9, right? And then we got negative 7 times 9 is negative 63. Look at here, that's 0 there. Negative 7 times 0 is 0. So that's going to be 0. And that'll be 0. And another 0. Look at that. And that'll be 0. Another 0. And that'll be 0. But that'll be 3. Okay. Broke the cycle there. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. And that'll be a difference of 3. Okay. What was this? Oh, 14. Alright. Okay, so this is what we got going on here. Now, we started our highest power is an 8, so this is going to end up being an x to the 7th. Okay. Plus 2x to the 6th plus 9x to the 5th. Now I'm not going to write the rest of these guys in here, but this would be an x to the 4th, an x to the 3rd, right? This would be 0 times x to the 4th plus 0 times x to the 3rd plus 0 times x to the 2nd plus 0 times x, right? And then plus 3. So we'll just skip all those and just put that. Okay. And then we got 3, the last one here, 3 over x plus 7. Alright. Okay, so hopefully you caught all that. So the important part here was definitely, remember to put in these guys here for the placeholders of what's missing up here between x to the 5th and x to the 1st. Okay, that's important, obviously, as you can see. Alright. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we had x to the 7th plus 2x to the 6th plus 9x to the 5th plus 3. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. I'm going to check this before I actually bring it completely up. Alright, looks good. Okay, we're over here at gotomath.com, getting it worked out. See you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here at gotomath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division, and we're looking at 5.2. 5.2. So we have, actually this one here doesn't look too bad. It's not as bad as the last one, I don't think. X to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th minus 19x to the 3rd. Let's see, minus 18x squared plus 12x minus 14, and that's going to be all over x minus 2. Alright. Okay. So we have x to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th minus 19x cubed minus 18x squared plus 12x minus 14. It seems like this thing's just going on forever. And that'll be, hey, that's not too bad of a straight line there. X minus 2. Alright. Okay, so we're going to kind of skip some steps that we've been going into. So this is our R here. And draw us a line. Not a very good one. Okay, so we got the coefficient of x to the 5th. We're going to write that right there. And then 12, negative 19, negative 18, and then 12, and negative 14. All right. So we want to bring that 1 down. So 2 times 1 is 2. So that's going to be 14. 2 times 14 is 28. Right. So that's going to be 9. Right. 2 times, so that's going to be 18. That'll be 0. And then 2 times 0 is 0. I'll make that a 12. 2 times 12 is 24. And that'll make that 10. Right. Wait a minute. Yeah, 6 and 4 is 10. Okay. Okay, so what do we do now? Punt. We punt. No, we don't have to punt. Okay. Alright, so we started with x to the 5th, so that means that we're going to be going to x to the 4th here. So this is 1 times x to the 4th plus 14 times x to the 3rd plus 9 times x squared plus, now we're going to do 0 times x, but we're not going to write it in there, right? Because 0 times x is 0. 0 times x, and then plus 12. And then plus 10 over x minus 2. So you should be getting the hang of this by now. Okay. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Hopefully everything's going on good. 9x squared plus 12 and 10 over x minus 2. Alright. Okay, looks good. Okay, so we're over here, GoToMath.com, getting worked out, seeing an expression. Right, we're over here, GoToMath.com, click on Algebra, let's go down to Synthetic Division, and we are looking at 6.1, I believe. What is going on with this problem? So we have x to the 4th minus 4 over x minus 4. Looks like something could just cancel out of there and be done with it. You know? Alright. So x to the 4th minus 4 over x minus 4. Yep. So we're going to need to, we got some stuff missing in here, don't we? It's okay. You will understand it. Alright. So we have a 1. We don't have an x cubed, but that's okay. We're going to write a 0 for that. And then an x squared, write a 0 for that, and we don't have an x either, so we'll write a 0 for that. Then we'll finally throw in that negative 4, so bring the 1 diagonally down. So 4 times 1 is 1, right? And then add those together, you get 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Add those together, you get 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Add those together, you get 16, and 4 times 4 times 16 is, man, what is that? 4, 4, 5, 64, 75, 49, 34, 64. Let's see. And what are we doing here? It's 60. Okay. So we want to reduce it by 1, and this is x to the 4th, so this is going to be x cubed plus, and then 1 times x squared, and then 4 times x, and plus 16, and plus 60 over x minus 4. Wouldn't you know it? Okay? How do you like that? Okay, let's see. We had x cubed plus x squared plus 4x. What? Okay, I'm not getting what the script said, but I'm almost pretty sure this is correct. Okay, let me look at this again. I'm going to rewrite this. X to the 4th plus x cubed plus 0x squared 0x minus 4. This just helps me kind of look at what we're doing here. So we have a 1, a 0, 0, 0, negative 4. Right. Bring the 1 down. 4 times 1 is what? 4 times 1 is 4. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I was hoping I was wrong on this and not wrong on the script. That's what I was concerned about. Okay, we'll get it straightened out. We all make mistakes. 4 times 1 is 4. I don't know what happened there. 4 times 4 is 16. And then that's going to be 64 there, isn't it? Whoa. And then 64 times 4. I bet you were all going, man, you made a mistake. Big deal is I make sure the mistake is corrected. And then, of course, this becomes 252 here. Okay, so we end up with, we started with x to the 4th, so it's going to be x cubed. Man. Plus 4x squared plus 16x, right? And then plus 64. And then we're going to have plus 252 over x minus 4. Alright, better that than the script. I hate having to go in and make adjustments to that thing. Okay, so we have x cubed plus 4x squared plus 16x plus 64, 252 over x minus 4. I got to go back and forth because I forget. Alright, so good deal. We got that straightened out. See you in the next problem. We're at gotomath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. And we're looking, I guess we'll just click here, 6.2. We get it to come up. There it is. Something similar to 6.1. Alright. So we have x plus, or x to the 4th, I should say, plus 8 over x plus 8. Right. Now I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this as x to the 4th plus 0 times x cubed plus 0 times x squared plus 0 times x plus 8, and that'd be all over a crooked line. It's plus 8. Alright. Now the reason I write it like this is because it is important that when we go to write this down here that we know where to put our zeros. Okay. So we have x to the 4th. Well, we don't have x to the 4th. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Remember x minus r, and in this case we'll have x minus a minus 8. So r will become r minus 8. So we got to get it in this form right here, and we do that by doing a little fudging around here. Okay, whatever you want to call it. So we end up with negative 8. And then we'll do something like that. Okay, so we put our coefficients in up here. We have a 1, a 0, another 0, and another 0. And then finally an 8. Okay, so take that 1, bring it diagonally down. So we have negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. Let's not make any mistakes here. So we add those together, we get negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. Add them together, you get 64. And now we have, what do we have on that? We have 8 times 64 is some big number. I guess you consider that 512. And that will be negative 512 actually. Add them together, you get negative 512. And now we get a really even bigger number. We get 512 times 8. Of course, that's a negative times a negative, so to make that a positive. And that's going to be 4096. And then we go ahead and add those two together, 8 plus 4096, and I get 4104. Okay. Alright. Okay, so here we go. So we have, we started with an x to the 4th, so we'll reduce that by 1. So that'll become 1 times x cubed minus 8 times x squared plus 64x minus 512, and then plus 41. Okay, that's not a 1. Zero 4 over x plus 8. There you go. Alright, so let's go over to the web page. See how that pans out. Alright, we have x cubed minus 8x squared plus 64x minus 512, 4104. Sorry, I got to go back and forth like that on you. Just making sure before I actually show the answer. Okay, so we're over here at gotomath.com. Get it worked out. See you in the next problem. Hey, we're at gotomath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. We're looking at 7.1. 7.1. And this doesn't look too bad. X cubed plus 7x squared plus 4x plus 36. That is all over x plus 7. X cubed plus 7x squared plus 4x plus 36 over x plus 7. Alright, so remember we need it in this form here, so we're going to end up writing it like x minus and then a minus 7, where this is going to be our r here. Okay. So we have negative 7 okay. Alright, writing our coefficients in, we have a 1, 7, 4, and 36. So we want to take that 1, bring it diagonally down. Negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. We add these together, we get 0. Negative 7 times 0 is 0. Okay, add them together, you get 4. Negative 7 times 4 is negative 28. And what are we going to get here? 8 and 4 is 12. Is that right? No, that's not right. Okay, let me get my eraser here. What am I thinking? 18. Where's the eraser? Oh. Wait a minute. 6, 7, 8. 18. Why is that 36 minus 28? Huh. 30. I don't know. Forget it. Okay, what are we doing here? I guess I've zoned out on that one. So we got 1 times, so we started with x cubed, reduce it by 1, x squared, and then 0 times x. We're not going to write that. And then plus 4. That is odd. Something, my brain is, that would be 30. 6, 7, 8. Oh, 18. Doesn't matter. Plus, something logically doesn't make sense there. I don't know what it is. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so there we go. X squared plus 4 plus 18 over x plus 7. I got a short circuit in my brain or something. X squared plus 4 plus 18 over x plus 18. It is 8. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Oh my God. I knew that wasn't right. I'm like looking at, I plugged that in the calculator. I knew that was 8. I mean, I knew it was, but the calculator was telling me it was 18 because I typed in 18 here. I typed in 18 and I didn't type in 28. I knew there was something not right with that. Should have trusted my brain and not a calculator. Okay, I knew there was something up with that. 8 over x plus 7. Alright, we're over here at gotomath.com. See you in the next problem. Go over to Algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. What are we looking at? 7.2, I believe. I believe that's what we're doing. If I can get it to come up. Get that sucker to come up. With hardening of the heart. Okay. I was reading something off the television there. Anyway. X minus 14. Got it. Okay. So we have x cubed minus 14x squared plus 4, is it 4x? I hope it's 4x, minus 54, and that's going to be all over x minus 14. I want to make sure it's 4x minus 54. So I guess the worst thing to do is write the problem down wrong. But you work the problem out correctly. So the problem technically is correct, but it doesn't answer it's not the correct answer to the problem on the page. Okay, so what the heck just happened there? So this is our R, so we're going to say 14. I'm trying to draw straight lines. I'm doing my best for you there. I'll just be glad when I get a computer I can write on the screen with, one of them touch screens. But I can't afford that, so I have to use this computer I've been using for 5 years 6 years. Or is it 7? I don't know. It's like Windows Vista. It's ridiculous. I think I got like 9,000 viruses. 14 times 1 is 14. I don't make enough on my YouTube videos to be able to buy my own computer. Isn't that ridiculous? I don't make enough, period. Let's see, 14 times 0 is 0. 14 times 4. 56. Yeah, you don't want to hear about all that. And that's 2. I'm not even going to use a calculator on that. Forget it. Right? 4, 5, 6, 56. Okay, so we have 1 times x. Let's see, that's x cubed. So it'd be 1 times x squared plus 0 times x plus 4. And then plus 2 over x minus 14. Bam. How do you like that? Speaking of Bam, he's coming over. He's coming over later. It's my sister's dog. His name is Bam. Yep. Okay. I'm sure you wanted to hear about that. Sorry about that. We'll try to stick to math. I just get bored to death. Okay, what are we doing? Let's hit answer here. What do we got? X squared plus 4 plus 2 over x minus 14. 2 over x minus 14. Looks good. And if it looks good, Andrew Zimmerman says eat it. Alright, so we're over here at GoToMath.com. See the next problem there, Chief. Or Chiefette. Whichever it is. Okay, this will be a silent film. We're here at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra. Go down to synthetic division. And I guess we're doing 8.1 now. Or did we just do 8.1? Oh man, this is terrible. What did I just do? Let me look here real quick. 7.2. 3x minus 54. Yeah, so I guess we're doing 8.1. Sorry about that. I guess we better write this down. Well, you should be getting your synthetic division down. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you work through these problems, you shouldn't have any problems. You should be able to just whiz through this stuff on your test, homework, or whatever you're doing. Or maybe just wanted to learn it. You know, nothing wrong with that. All right. Okay, so we have x cubed plus 12x squared plus 43x and plus 51, looks like. And that's going to be all over. You know, I'm wondering if there's like a straight line tool up here in the bar. Like straight lines. I don't know. X plus 6. So remember, we got to get this x got to get it in this form here. So looks like we're going to be doing this. Okay. This is our r here. Right. So we got minus 6 and somewhat of a straight line. So we're going to have a 1, a 12, 43, and 51. 51. Didn't leave much room there, did I? So negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Whoa, what am I doing? That is not right. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. We've got to put that over here. Add those two together, you get 6. Negative 6 times 6 is negative 36. Okay, so this is going to be 4. 3 is 7. Right? Negative 6 times 7 is, let's see, negative 6 times 7 is negative 42. Alright, and 8, 9. Is that right? Okay, so you should be able to get the rest on that, right? Trying to make some adjustments here to my pen. Okay. Okay, so we started with x cubed. We'll reduce that power by 1. So we have 1 times x squared plus 6x plus 7 plus 9 over x plus 6. There you go. Okay. There you go. X squared plus 6x plus 7 over 9. 9 over x plus 6. Alright. That looks right. We will see you in the next problem. Wherever we go to math.com, click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. We are doing 8.2, it looks like. So a lot of these problems just kind of looking the same after a while. We've got x cubed minus 9x squared minus 61x minus 119 over x minus 14. It's like, didn't we do x minus 14 before? Seems like it. Okay, so we have x cubed minus 9x squared minus 61x minus 119, and that's all over a crooked line, x minus 14. Right. So we're going to put our 14 here. Oh my gosh. So we have 1, negative 9, negative 61x. What? We don't put the x's in there. And then minus 119. So bring that 1 diagonally down. 14 times 1 is 14. So that's going to be 5. 14 14 times 5 is 80. No, 70. What is it? Does anybody know? And then we got 9 here. And then of course, let's see, 36, 126. 14 times 9, 26. And then that's going to be 6 and 7. There. Okay. Okay, so we have an x cubed. We'll reduce that by 1. So we have 1 times x squared plus 5x plus 9 and plus 7 over x minus 14. X minus 14. So you should have gotten that before I did at this point. X squared plus 5x plus 9, 7 over x minus 14. Alright, make sure that's correct. We're going to go to math.com. See you next problem. Okay, we're over here, go to math.com, click on the algebra, let's go down to synthetic division. We are doing 9.1, I believe. 9.1. Oh my god, that is terrible looking. Actually, didn't we already do this problem? I think it's quiz time. You ought to be working this out. Quiz time. 12x to the 4th plus 38x cubed plus 21x squared plus 3x plus 31. And that's going to be all over something. X plus 7. Right. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this. X to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th plus 38x something cubed, 21x squared plus 3x and then plus 31. And it's over the best line I can draw. X plus 7. You know, if I had a computer, I could actually write on the screen. I could make everything nice and neat here, but that's about $500. Okay, what are we doing that I don't have? X plus 7. So we need to get this into that X minus R form, so that's going to be X minus a minus 7. Right, so that's going to be our R right there. Okay. Yeah, if anybody knows Bill Gates is friends with Bill, you know, I could use some help. My internet speed is 0.25, that's right, 0.25 megabits per second. If anybody knows how slow that is, that's pretty darn slow. You know? So it takes me all day to do 20 videos, to upload them, you know, record them, encode them. That's ridiculous. What are we doing here? I've lost track. We're over here at 1. Yeah. Well, see, there's a story behind all that. Back in 2007, I think it was, I was starting to put videos on YouTube. And at some point in time, right in there, Google bought YouTube. And during this time, and they would put your, as soon as you uploaded your video, they would put it, what was that, 5? They would put it at the very top of their search ranking, to get YouTube more noticed, I guess. Well, it turned out that my videos, I was one of the first people to do this, and my videos were coming up in the ranking on the first page at the very top. I didn't realize how important that was. And so I'd made probably about 30 videos or something, and because of my work schedule, working 80 hours a week, I had stopped doing it, and that kind of cost me. Yes, it did. 0. But there was somebody else out there that was doing started to do that right after that, and it turned out he continued on because he was financially, had plenty of money, I guess. That's 0. And then there was this girl up in Washington State that was getting help on YouTube, and I'm sure she watched quite a bit of my stuff at one time. However, old Bill came home, and every time he come home, she was watching these videos, and it turned out, he's like, who is that? Let's get him up here. Let's talk to him. And I'm not going to mention any names. And ends up giving him $15 million. Now that's according to 60 Minutes on television. $15 million to get some help. Do you know what I could do with $15 million? I could change education in this country completely. Where are we at here? Make it free for the world. This is x to the 4th. Yeah. Let's see, what do we got? X to the 4th, we got 5 x cubed. Yeah. Man, I tell you what, my damn skin was crawling when I seen that documentary report. 3x squared, that's going to be 0x, and then we're going to have plus 3. Hope I didn't make any mistakes on with my short story there. Yeah. You know, if I had a decent computer and some high-speed internet, within a year I could do most courses in mathematics, physics, and chemistry, but I'm restricted to all this. X to the 4th plus 5x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3. Okay, let's see what kind of mistakes I made here. X to the 4th plus 5x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3. 10 over x plus 7. That's it. Okay, I shall be seeing you in the next video. Bye. We're at GoToMath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. We're at 9.2. Oh Lord, didn't we do one of these? X to the 10th plus 10x to the 9th minus 17x to the 8th minus 14x to the 7th plus 10x minus 18. Alright, so we have x to the 10th. I promise I won't tell no stories this time. 10x to the 9th. I just feel like sometimes you got to break the monotony. Minus 17x to the 8th minus 14x to the 7th plus 10x minus 18. So that gives you a chance to write all that down again. And here we go with a sine wave. Well, not quite, but x minus 2. Okay, so that is in the x minus r, so r is going to be our 2. Alright, and we're going to see what we can do here. Drawing a line. So we've got 1, 10 of them suckers. So we got a 1, a 10, minus 17, better write closer and smaller, minus 14. Okay, so we don't have an x to the 6th, so we're going to put a 0 for that, or an x to the 5th, or an x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, oh my gosh, x squared, but we do have an x, so we'll put a 10 there, and then minus 18. So it looks like I had just enough of a line. So we bring this one down, okay, so 2 times 1 is 2. Add them together, you get 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Right, so that's going to be 3 and 4 is 7. Right, yep. And then 2 times 7 is 14. That's good, that's going to be a 0. So 2 times 0 is 0. So we'll bring that down. 2 times 0 is 0. Add those together, you get 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Sound like a broken recorder. 0 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. That's going to be 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Bring that down. And one more time, 2 times 0 is 0. And that's going to be a 10. And finally, 2 times 10 is 20. So that's going to be a 2 there. Alright. Okay, so hopefully that's all correct. 4 and 3 is 7, yeah. Alright, so now we started with an x to the 10th, so we'll reduce that by 1. So this will become x to the 9th, and remember that's the coefficient out in front, plus 12x to the something or another, x to the 8th, yeah. Plus 7x to the 7th, plus, and of course we're not going to write these in, but this would be 0x to the 6th plus 0x to the 5th, 0x to the 4th, 0x to the 3rd, 0x squared, 0x, and then plus 10. And then plus 2 over x minus 2. There you go. Alright. There you go. So let's go over here. We got x to the 9th plus 12x to the 8th plus 7x to the 7th plus 10 plus 2x. Alright. Okay, maybe that's something you can actually read compared to this crazy handwriting. Bill, where are you at? Help me. Bill, I know you got a few spare dollars to change the world. You know, if you want to really make a difference. I know you and your wife gives a lot of money, and they do make differences, so but you could really make a big difference. Alright, we're over here at GoToMath.com, getting it worked out. See you in the next problem. Okay, we're over here at GoToMath.com, click on Algebra, hit Synthetic Division, and what are we doing? I think we already did that. Let's do 10.1. Okay, I think we did that too, but we're going to do it again. So it seems like some of these problems are just repeating over, so that gives you some practice. Practice makes perfect, right? I don't know. Actually, I do know, and that is the truth. Alright, so we got to go x to the fourth minus 3. I'm like sitting here thinking, I think we did a problem just like this earlier. Maybe. Okay. So what we're going to need to do is, and I'm just going to go ahead and write this out right here. So we have x to the fourth plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x and then minus 3. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so this is in the form of x minus r. R's are 3. So we're going to put 3 right here. And attempt to draw a line. Help me. So we have a 1, right? There's a 1 out in front of x to the fourth. And then we have 0, 0, right? That's these zeros here. Another 0. 0, and then minus 3. Who invented the 0? And you know, I just read this recently and now I've forgotten it. 3 times 1 is 3. Was it the Mayan Indians? I don't know. 3 times 1 is 3. 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then that'll be 9 there. 3 times 9 is 27. 0 and 27 is 27. And then 3 times 27. 3 times 27 is 81. I know that. I knew that, right? Then minus 3, 78. Okay. Alright, what are we doing here? So we started with x to the fourth, so it's going to be x cubed. X cubed plus 3 times x squared plus 9 times x, and then plus 27. Plus 78. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. My brain and my hand was thinking differently or something. 78 over x minus 3. X minus 3. Okay. So we'll see what the web page has to say. What are we doing here? So we got x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x plus 27. 78 over x minus 3. Okay, looks good. Alright, so we're over here at GoToMath.com. See you next problem. Okay, we're over here at GoToMath.com. Click on Algebra, hit Synthetic Division. And what are we doing? I think we already did that. Let's do 10.1. Okay, I think we did that too, but we're going to do it again. So it seems like some of these problems are just repeating over, so that gives you some practice. Practice makes perfect, right? I don't know. Actually, I do know, and that is the truth. Alright, so we got to go x to the fourth minus 3. I'm like sitting here thinking, I think we did a problem just like this earlier. Maybe. Okay. So what we're going to need to do is, and I'm just going to go ahead and write this out right here. So we have x to the fourth plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x and then minus 3. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so this is in the form of x minus r. R's are 3. So we're going to put 3 right here. and attempt to draw a line. Help me. So we have a 1, right? There's a 1 out in front of x to the 4th. And then we have 0, 0, right? That's these zeros here. Another 0, 0, and then minus 3. Who invented the 0? And you know, I just read this recently and now I've forgotten it. 3 times 1 is 3. Was it the Mayan Indians? I don't know. 3 times 1 is 3. 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then that'll be 9 there. 3 times 9 is 27. 0 and 27 is 27. And then 3 times 27. 3 times 27 is 81. I know that. I knew that, right? Then minus 3, 78. Okay. Alright, what are we doing here? So we started with x to the 4th, so it's going to be x cubed. X cubed plus 3 times x squared plus 9 times x, then plus 27. Plus 78. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. My brain in my hand was thinking differently or something. 78 over x minus 3. X minus 3. Okay. So we'll see what the web page has to say. What are we doing here? So we got x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x plus 27. 78 over x minus 3. Okay, looks good. Alright, so we're over here at gotomath.com. See you next problem. Okay, we're over here at gotomath.com. Click on the algebra. Let's go down to synthetic division. And I believe we're looking at 10.2, the last problem in this section for a little while anyway. So we have x to the 4th plus 10 over x plus 10. Got it. Alright. Alright, we have x to the 4th plus 10 over x plus 10. Okay. So we're going to need to write some zeros in here. X to the 4th plus 0x cubed plus 0 times x squared plus. This is just to help you out, to know, where your zeros are and how many and all that. And then plus 10. So that's what we got. That's the only reason I'm writing this out. Alright. So now remember, this must be in the form of x minus r. In this case, we're going to say x minus a minus 10, because a minus and a minus is just a plus, right? So that's going to be our r right here. So we got negative 10, and try to draw a straight line. So we're going to have, right, so there's a 1 out in front of x to the 4th. We got a 1, 0, 0, 0, and 10. Alright, we got negative 10 times 1 is negative 10. Add that, you get negative 10. Negative 10 times negative 10 is a positive 100. Add that together, you get 100. I believe this stuff's getting bigger by the second, isn't it? Negative 10 times 100 is 1,000. Right. Last time I checked. But it's going to be a negative 1,000. Well, we got zeros are taking over the world. Then we got negative 1,000, and now we got 10 times 1,000. 10 times 1,000. It's a big number there, 10,000. And hold on, let's see here. Lost track of what I'm doing. That's right, that times that's negative, negative. Okay, that makes that a positive number. And that's going to be 10,000. We'll throw a comma in there so we know what's going on. And then, so that's going to end up being 10,010. Right, 10,010. Okay. What will the world be like in 10,010? God knows. We're here at x to the fourth. So we got to reduce by 1. So this is going to be 1 times x to the third minus. I wonder if my math videos will be around in 10,010. I'm sure Google will be dissolved into something different, if it even exists. Let's see, we got negative 10x squared plus 100x. I mean, how would you even preserve something like that? You know? What is going to happen to all these videos on YouTube in the next 100 years? I mean, seriously. Have they figured that out yet? What are they going to do with that? It's got to be the first time in history in mankind of such a large archive of the world, of what the world does, like crazy things like jump off a house and land on their face. X cubed minus 10x squared plus 100x minus 1,000 plus. I mean, I have seen some crazy stuff on there people do just to get some views, some hits. I mean, look at me. I mean, some people would say this was crazy. Okay, let's see. X cubed minus 10x squared, 100x minus 1,000. Just making sure before we bring that up. And 2,000. Whoa, what the heck? Whoa, doggies. That ain't right. We left off 10 at the end. There you go. Alright, I'll make sure that's right. Okay, so that's going to be the last problem in this section. I hope you got your synthetic division down. That covers the basics anyway. And we'll be moving on to equations, rational expressions. Some interesting stuff. Alright, equations are. What is that down there? Oh, never mind. Okay, I shall see you at gotomath.com in the next section. Bye.